There are several things that you can do right away to market yourself. The first thing is to when you call the attorneys, to introduce yourself and go over your work history, education, and all briefly, just kind of summarizing about yourself. Discuss what his needs are. And these are, you would be looking up people to call that would be in your area perhaps, or your state, that are medical malpractice or negligence or personal injury attorneys. Okay, so you want to ask him what his needs are, get an idea of what kind of cases he has. They love to talk about that stuff, so he'll go on about that. And before you hang up, make sure that you obtain his or her email. That's most important. Of course, you want all the contact information, but the email so that you can send your CV, fee schedule, and W-9. Okay, so that's very important, as we mentioned earlier in another video. Okay. The next thing I want to show you is how to get your name in a directory. I mention this a lot in the course. We talk a lot about directories. I have a lot of recommendations that I make. And this is one. I've been with the Juris Pro for over 20 years. When they started, I was like a charter member. So I've been with them. It's very good to list your name here. There's a lot of experts here, a lot of medical experts, and all kinds of experts are here. So you can go on there and just look around and see. But this is my page. If you put expert at nurse or nurse expert, even if you want to look in my area, which is Arizona, my name would come up. So here's the page that my name would come up, and here's what here are the boxes that they have that the attorney can check. Email, website, publications, or forward it. Maybe someone's looking for someone and they want to forward my profile. On the first page, and you can't see the whole thing here because I can't get all that there. This is a little introduction, information about me. It's like a summary, so they can see all the places I've worked and what my areas of expertise would be in. And it's kind of generic, actually. My expertise, it's general nursing, geriatrics, long-term care, hospital. Not really wound care, but otherwise that's about it. So directory is very important. Don't get worried about the price. It's below $1,000, and certainly on your first case, you'll be making way over that. And we talk about that in the course as well. So the next thing you want to look at is simple mailing. Mailing a letter to attorneys. Get like you just do it on Word. Even you don't have to get letterhead if you don't want it printed. You can just keep this on your desktop. I keep this here, my name and contact information. And you would write a letter to the attorney. And here's kind of an example of what you might want to say. I'm an RN LNC expert whom you might be looking for to assist you with your medical negligence cases. I've enclosed my CV. You could pick one, either one, however you want to say it. But to summarize my experience, I have been a nurse, you can go on about yourself, RN, or however you want to say. And then you conclude it very quickly, and make sure you sign your name. What I do is I have a signature that I scanned, and I leave it on my desktop, and I stick that in there, so you don't have to take it off, sign it, scan it. It's real tedious. So I have it already. I just throw in the signature right there. Okay. Now, what you might want to do too is have business cards. And this is mine. This is the back. This is the front. So very simple, very cheap to do. You can do this for like less than $30. You don't need that many. People don't even use them that much anymore. But I have them. They used them years ago a lot more than they do now. So this is kind of what I put on the back, and you can design it yourself. And we go into that in the course as far as what vendors to use and where to get it. But you don't need to get special printers or anything or pay people for that. You can do it yourself. Okay. Here's an example of my website. I have 2 pages. I have this. There are several pages, but I only put 2 here to show you. So this would be the front, and there are, pages here, LNC services and contact. And here is my photo and basic information, and again, a contact number there. And there's a lot more in the website, but it's pretty simple. It just tells, again, my contact information, what my areas of expertise are in. And don't forget, you're an expert. You're an RN, so you're an expert already. So don't think I have to have areas of expertise. No, you're an expert. What areas have you worked in your career in nursing? You know, did you work in vascular? Did you work in ortho? List all the areas that you've ever worked in, okay? And the best thing to do is to be just general. You know, do falls, wound care, things like that. So you put that on your website, and those are the main things that I wanted to just let you know. Again, the website you don't need until later. It's not expensive to do. You can get companies that will do it for, you know, online. You can find them. There's web.com, there's Strikingly, there's GoDaddy, all kinds of places you can go, and they're relatively cheap. I use my own name because as you can see here, K. Martin Consulting, and that's my logo I design. It's just easier because no one can steal your name, and you don't have to get it copyrighted so much as, you know, unless you have a design there. But it's if you start looking at a name like legal expert nurse, it's taken. So again, that's a domain. So you can look at that. You can research domains and see if they're taken. And sometimes they're $10, $15. It's not a big deal. So if you come up with a catchy name, that's great. But just make sure that you don't want to invest in a website and then have somebody come and challenge you and say, hey, you took my name. That could be a legal problem for you. So you want to make sure that you have a domain that's yours, okay? So that's all I wanted to tell you.